guys, it's Sam and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be reviewing some Arctic Fox hair dye. So the two colors that I'm going to be reviewing are Iris Green and Phantom Green. These are the only two hair colors I've ever used from Arctic Fox, so I can't really say anything about the other colors, but I am going to be reviewing these green colors today. So the hair color that I have now is a mixture of both of these, mostly the Iris Green with a little bit of the Phantom Green. Also, before I get into the review, I just want to mention that I do plan on doing a video where I compare Arctic Fox to Manic Panic and Splat. So if you want to see that video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I'll have it up soon, but I do plan on doing that, just so you know. So getting into the review, I'll first talk about exactly what I got and talk about the price and things like that. So the two colors that I got are Iris Green and Phantom Green. So I got the 8-ounce bottles because I knew I was going to need a lot. The other option that you have is 4-ounce bottles. That's basically like the Manic Panic tubs, but I decided to get the 8-ounce bottles, and the 8-ounce bottles are $13.99, which I think is a very good price for the amount of dye that you get. I think that's very good, actually. And I also think it's worth mentioning that they are cruelty-free and vegan, and they also donate 15% of the money that they make to help animals, which I'm all for that. I love animals and I love helping animals. But getting into the actual hair dye and how it was like during the process, well, first of all, I have to say that this stuff smells great. It's like the best smelling hair dye I've ever had. It smells like grapes. I've heard other people say other colors smell like different things, but then I've also heard people say that they all just smell like grapes, so I don't know. Also, the packaging of these is really, really nice because they have just the twist off cap, which you can get the dye out that way, or it has like the little snappy thing where you can just squirt it out. I like the dual option there. I also think the packaging just looks really sleek and really nice, and I like the design. So when I used the actual hair dye, it felt like a lot of other hair dyes, I guess, like the colorful hair dyes. It felt a lot like Manic Panic, I would say, but it felt more like conditioner. And even when I was putting it in my hair, I noticed it was like super soft, and it just felt like I was putting conditioner in my hair. One thing that I really liked about the application process was that it was so easy to spread around in my hair. I find that with a lot of hair dyes, like when you just put it in one spot, it tends to stay there, and you kind of can't like spread it around and like get it inside and like just, I don't know, get it even basically. And this hair dye was just so easy to use. It was so easy to like put all over my hair. It was also really easy to mix the color, which is something I want to talk about. I haven't mixed it with other brands of hair dye, but when I mixed it together, I noticed it mixed really, really beautifully. The only real concern I had with this hair dye was the color that it is versus what it turns out to be, because I notice like when you're mixing the color, like as soon as it comes out of the bottle, it's kind of like a duller version and a darker version of what you're gonna get. So it's kind of like a smoky version. That's like the best way I can think of to describe it. It's like a dull, smoky version of the color you're gonna get. And even when I was mixing it, it was pretty dark, but then I noticed once I put it on my hair and it had time to like kind of sit and soak in the hair, it was very bright and vibrant. It was like kind of turned out to be like an emerald green while it was dyeing. So I don't really know if that's kind of like a concern for some of you guys, depending on how you're gonna mix colors and stuff. For me, it turned out the color that I wanted it to, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. Just at first it was something that kind of scared me a little bit because it was pretty different from what I wanted. I don't know. So when I dyed my hair, I left the dye on for 2 hours, and then I rinsed it out. Now this part kind of amazes me because when I rinsed it out, there was like no color coming out. It's like, it was almost as if my hair absorbed all the dye, and there was like a little bit that came out, but I mean the water was pretty much running clear, which really kind of shocked me. I also noticed that it came out really, really fast, and again it just felt like conditioner was in my hair. I did condition my hair afterward just because I always do that, but it felt like conditioner was in my hair, and it was super easy to wash out, and it didn't stain my tub because it wasn't bleeding all over the place, and it only got on my towel a little bit. But out of all the hair dyes I've ever used, even compared to permanent hair dyes, this one just, like, hardly any color came out when I was rinsing it out, which I find to be amazing. I've never come across a dye like this before. So for the final result, this is what it turned out to look like. I did this just last night and I haven't washed it yet or anything. I like it a lot. I think it's very bright and vibrant, and my hair took the color pretty well, even though some parts weren't super blonde. And that might just be because I dyed it a bit of a darker green this time, but I love the color. I think it turned out really, really nice. I think the two shades mixed really, really well together, and I love it. I really do. So altogether, I would say that this dye is amazing, probably one of the best I've ever used. Again, I do plan on doing a video where I compare Arctic Fox to Manic Panic and Splat, so if you guys want to see that, make sure you stay tuned. But yeah, altogether, I really recommend Phantom Green and Iris Green. I can't really say what they're like on their own, just because I haven't used them on their own. I've only ever mixed these, but yeah, I really like them. That is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!